When your loved ones need extra help, we are there. We help them to heal. We help to soothe their pain. We help to ease their burdens. We help you help them.
You're talking to the patient, you're touching the patient, you have time to do that.
And sometimes you become like their daughter, or you become that other person that they tell you stuff they won't tell their own kid.
It is a privilege. To me, it's a privilege because they don't have to allow you into their homes, but they do.
We care for your loved ones as you would care for them, just as you would want to be cared for, with individualized, specialized attention. We know our patients. We know their nicknames, their stories, their fears, their hopes, their needs. We know the sound of their laughter, and we know how to wipe away their tears.
The whole service realm that we offer is focused on keeping the patient at home where they're most comfortable.
We know their families. We know each patient as the dignified, individual, special human being that you know and cherish.
I would tell you right now I would use nobody for my own family other than VNA.
VNA allows you to really touch one-on-one.
Just recently I was at a funeral, and after the service, the mother came up and gave me a hug, and she said, "You don't know how much you helped."
Because I've worked for other home care agencies, and coming here, I hope to retire working from here.
And we know that caring for your loved ones means caring for you too, helping you to carry what must feel like the weight of the world, answering your questions, helping you focus on what you do best, loving your loved ones.
VNA is so special because VNA help a whole lot of special people.
They're there to support you and support your family, and it really makes a big difference when you have someone that you know is going to be there when you need them and care for you and your family when you need it, and that there's a genuine compassion.
It is an honor to come in their home, and you learn about the person. There's pictures of their family, and the food's cooking, the ethnic food is cooking.
Our nurses are educators, they're teachers, they can help someone understand.
Because I love doing it. I love people. I love what the VNA represents.
No matter their finances, no matter their age or race or creed or orientation, no matter where they have been or where they are going, we care.
This patient, who has been with us for months in hospice, is shy to admit that he doesn't have food. And technically, we're there to provide all kinds of other care. But what we found here is that there's a guy who has 2 hot dogs in his house, and that's it. And that's what he's got till the end of the month. And they tried to explore some of the stuff with the social workers about, so what would it take to get him hooked up with a program? And as it turns out, for a whole bunch of reasons, he's not qualified for some of the standard social service agencies who provide food, and he can't access it that way. So I asked if it would be okay to put out some word about this and see if we could come up with something better than non-perishables from some food pantry someplace that we drop off occasionally. Within a very, very short time, people from all around the city of Cleveland and all around Northeast Ohio had gone out and cooked from scratch amazing, amazing meals and packaged them up in little one-person servings. And we had beautiful pasta sauce made from organic tomatoes and herbs grown in somebody's yard and cooked for hours to turn it into something beautiful for this person. And somebody else did beef stew and put it in a whole bunch of different containers. Other people brought meatloaf and mashed potatoes. And so I went with this clinical manager to drop this food off to this patient. And as we're telling him the items that we're putting into his freezer, he stood there not crying and not like freaked out, but just touched, watching this happen, taking it in. We're sort of announcing, so we're putting these containers in, they have this in it. These containers have this, you can have. And when he got to the meatloaf and mashed potatoes, he stood and he held the container and he looked up at us and went, "I could have this for dinner tonight." And Marnay and I looked at each other and went, "Yeah, you could." For the first time in a very long time, in a very dire life situation, has choices. And something that I've heard many times that I think is important is that, like, the definition of poverty is a lack of options. And as we walked down the hall away from him and heard him saying, "Thank you," Mornay and I went, for the first time in a really long time, maybe ever, this man is wealthy. He has choices. And because of the community that VNA is, we got to make him wealthy at the end of his life.
Wherever they call home, we are there. Whenever and however we are needed, we are there. Whatever their unique needs may be, we are there. We are the Visiting Nurse Association. We care for your loved ones like they are our loved ones, because they are.
We come to you and you get to be with your own things, with your own memories, immersed in your own life, surrounded by the things and people you love. That's a good place to be to heal.